In Illustrator, when you create a document that has multiple pages, like a brochure or a multi-page web design, you can create a series of artboards, so you can have an artboard for each page. In this video, you'll explore what artboards are and how to navigate a document that has multiple artboards. You can open the file shared with you through Google Classroom to follow along. To make sure you see everything in the document, you can go up to View, hit Fit All in Window. When you create a document in Illustrator, by default, you start with one artboard. Like Pages in most programs, even Microsoft Word, artboards define the area that's going to be printed. You'll notice in this document that artboards can vary in different sizes and even different orientation. You can also arrange them how you want, even overlapping them. Now, the large gray area surrounding an artboard is called the canvas area. This is useful for content that might not be printed or exported, maybe an alternate image or artwork like icons you might need later. With multiple artboards in a document, you'll need to know how to navigate between them quickly and easily. So let's start by talking about some view commands for artboards. Select the selection tool in the Tools panel and click Artwork in the first artboard on the left. Notice this really small black line surrounding the artboard. That indicates that this artboard is active. In other words, the artboard you are currently working on. To fit the active artboard in the document window, choose View, Fit Artboard in Window. Using view commands like Fit Artboard in Window or Fit All in Window is one way to navigate between artboards. But you can also navigate artboards using the Artboards panel. In order to access this panel, you can go up to Window and hit Artboards. This panel shows a list of all the artboards in the document. To move between artboards, you can click on the name of the artboards and double click. It should take you to the artboard you clicked on. Change the name of an artboard. Simply double click on the name that's there and you can type over it. To make a new artboard, we can click on this little icon that says New Artboard. And to delete an artboard, you can click on the trash can on the bottom. Knowing how to add and arrange artboards is a fundamental skill we need to feel comfortable with in using Illustrator. In the practice file I shared with you, we're going to learn how to enter artboard editing mode, create a new artboard with the Artboard tool, and then set a few options for artboards, like changing its name through another way. With this practice file open so you can see everything, choose View, Fit All in Window. Because you're going to draw an artboard, you'll need to zoom out. Choose View, Zoom Out a few times. The artwork you see here is in the gray canvas area. You'll create a new artboard for that content. To make sure that nothing is selected, choose Select, Deselect. Now to create artboards. First, let's select Artboard tool. The Artboard tool is used to both create and edit artboards. Once your Artboard tool is activated, you will see that you've entered the artboard editing mode, which is denoted by the gray and white dotted boxes that frame each artboard as you click on it. Now to create a new artboard, simply click and drag to the far right of the artboard. Notice a new box being created. When it's about this size, release the mouse. Once it's created, it's technically selected. You can tell because it's got the dotted line and handles surrounding it. Now to resize the artboard, you can drag any corner or edge of the artboard. You can also create artboards of a specific size, maybe to design a printed poster or an app for a specific device size. With this artboard selected, make sure it's far enough away from the other artboards. If you need to, drag it over so there's a distance here. In the control panel on the top of the document, you can enter custom width and heights. But you can also choose preset sizes. Click the preset menu to reveal artboard sizes you can choose from. Choose letter to transform the artboard you drew into a letter-sized artboard. You can also change the orientation of the artboard to portrait or landscape. Be sure that yours is set to portrait. Now to better keep track of your different artboards when you have a lot of them, you can name them something that makes sense to you. Select the name in the Properties panel and type the word flyer. Press Enter or Return to accept the name. You can move your artboards where they make sense to you. Now you'll move this content on the left onto the new artboard so that it can be printed. To stop editing artboards, you can swap to another tool. Drag the green rectangle into the upper left-hand corner of the new artboard. To resize it so it stretches across the artboard, drag the lower right-hand corner to make it bigger, snapping it to the lower right-hand corner of the artboard. Then drag the logo content here roughly to the center of the artboard as well. View, Fit Artboard in Window to see how we did. We can move things over. And that's how you utilize both your Artboard panel and your Artboard tool to create, edit, and name artboards. Once you've completed making this new artboard for the flyer, placing the green background as well as the logo itself on the artboard, What I'd like you to do is go to View, Fit All in Window, and I'd like you to swap over to your selection tool and start making some changes as far as the color scheme. For example, this right here, I don't want it to be orange anymore. I want it to be a color of your choosing. Once you change the background of all of the documents, except for the ones in white, of course, you can go back and change some of the leaf colors too to match your color scheme. Once you're done changing the colors, you can hit save and upload it to Google Classroom and turn it into